Hello, hello, hello. It's a brand new day, and this is our morning connection. How you doing this morning? I am Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here for our daily ritual, daily discipline, our daily connection. Just you and me, just two men, a little bit older, going through this journey of life. We look at it a little bit differently at this age, right? We got to kind of make sure we get it done. Whatever those hopes, dreams, ambitions, those goals we have in life, those things we want to experience, all right? We're not young anymore, all right? We're not blindly thinking, I'm just going to keep on doing the same thing. I've got a good heart. I'm going to work hard. It's going to all work out. I'm young right now. We don't come from that perspective. You probably worked hard to some extent. You've had good intentions up to this point, and you're realizing you got to be resourceful. You got to be gritty. You got to be emotionally and mentally flexible. You got to keep on keeping on. All right. You got to actually provide value. You can't just be a good guy, right? It's not going to happen unless you actually crack the code and make it happen. Now we got this angst, that pressure to make sure we do that when we're a little bit older. All right, we don't want to go out that way, right? Got more time behind us than we do in front of us, and we got to crack this code. If you live with that sense of urgency, a lot of guys, as I've really been focusing on, not just the physical journey of what the mindset and the strategies that it takes to be fit, be healthy at this age for the reasons that are much different than when you were younger. Maybe when you were younger, you didn't even concentrate on your fitness because you had your family, your business, your emotional state that you were working on, that foundation. You didn't work on the physical body. Maybe this is the first time. All right. If you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? Right. And when I say that, quit saying that. You're going to live forever. And it's really, I can't climb into anybody's mind, of course, but they don't want to look at it that way, right? They don't want to look at their time that may be limited, right? I know. What, do you think I like thinking that way? But, I don't know about you, but for me, there's just no doubt in my mind. I do my best when my back's against the wall, when I have a strict deadline, all right? And sometimes I'm past that deadline, but I don't even think about it until the deadline gets closer. Maybe you're that way in school, maybe you're that way in life. We need those deadlines. We need that pressure. We need that angst, right, to use our willpower, focus, energy, and time most effectively to just try one more time, all right, to get over a spell of not being motivated or lazy, right? We need, some repercussions if we do not take action. And a lot of times, maybe you're the same way. You put off things because you don't have that deadline, or you soften it, and then when you finally do it, it's not even nearly as hard as you thought it was going to be. And even if you fail, you're just so glad that you took a swing at the plate, that you went for it, that you left it all on the floor. You wish you would have done that earlier. Well, we can't do that. When you're a little bit older. You got to have that mindset every single day. Like I said, did you wake up with your game face on? You guys are loving that phrase, right? Did you wake up this morning with your game face on, even though it's Saturday? Right? Life is a 7-day-a-week journey. All right? Did you wake up with your game face on? I'm so glad you are here today. And I just want to tell you, thank you so much for the emails, the direct messages, the comments down below, whether you're here on Facebook or you're watching the replay version on YouTube. I can't tell you. There's been so many times where I think, why am I doing this? Right? I wake up every single morning. You're the first person I'm talking to right here at 3:00 in the morning on this Saturday, and I do my best to practice everything I preach. I just tell you stuff from the heart that I would tell my own son, right? Tell my daughter, right? That I'm telling myself to live in the proper allocation of willpower, focus, energy, and time. I'll tell you, that's what's transformed my attitude and my life in the last few years. It's a concept that I kind of came up with, right? Because the kind of mindset that I come from, athletic background, or bodybuilding and training, is like, I would put my pressure on myself. I can do anything if I just had enough willpower. If I couldn't come through, it was a matter of willpower. But as I use that willpower to accomplish great things with my physical body, and everything that went along with it, the teaching, I really pushed myself to do a lot of things beyond my physical body. As a 6-time national champion, drug-free body, but more than that, the inroads, how I would create connections with supplement companies that I represented, the appearances that I made around the world, writing for the muscle magazines. Those were all planned out things with a lot of no's until I got yeses, right? I look back, it seems like it was easy, but there's nothing easy about it. As I used all of my willpower for that, I didn't even pay attention to other areas of life. So of course I'm not going to crack the code. I didn't allocate the proper amount of willpower, focus, energy, time. Some of it was planned. I will worry about that later. That's not important to me. A lot of things, I thought I was giving my all. I thought I was doing my best to crack the code, even though it was areas of life that I saw other guys, they were able to conquer and be successful at, and I couldn't figure out, well, why can't I? I started understanding, look, we only have so much willpower. It's not, you can develop more and more of it. Some people have more of it than others. Some people are more clear and focused and get more out of themselves, but it's not unlimited. And doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down to be better. It was just coming, it wasn't being put on the other end. And sometimes it's that one more ounce, one more unit of energy, trying one more time that area. But if it's being sucked up by some other area of your life, and again, if you know it, that's great. But if you don't realize it, and you're saying, why can't I do all this? Tell you, I talk to men all the time. I was just talking to another man. It was this guy I was talking to who's looking for breakthroughs, trying to crack this code. And I'm not a gamer, and I have nothing against video games or whatever, but as a man, I'm not a gamer, again, just like I don't have any tattoos. I don't judge people who have tattoos, and I don't judge older men who play games, all right? But my point with him is, where I was just talking, whatever you do, it is taxing some of your willpower, focus, energy, and time. And when you put it somewhere, it's not going to go over here. And we all have to figure out the combination for ourselves. And again, I didn't even know he was a gamer, but I was helping get objectivity and perspective to crack the code in the areas that he couldn't figure out. Cracking the codes when it comes to fitness, relationships, making money, everything runs in patterns, guys. Everything is solvable. The game is winnable. You've seen men solve your biggest challenge. You've seen them and succeed. They're not smarter than you, they're not luckier than you, they're not cheating. It's just that they just crack the code. Everything runs in patterns. It's just some are more complex than others. And if you keep on going, you'll eventually figure out too. But probably to figure out that code, you may have to let go of some other things, whether the beliefs or time or energy or willpower, focus, energy, time that's going somewhere else. At least you're going to have to risk some of it, put it over here to crack the code, maybe put excess until you crack it, and then it becomes easier, whatever. We're all going, this, we're all going through this particular journey. And what I said is, whatever you're doing, whatever it is you're doing, I'm not here to judge what you're doing. But as long as you can create a story in your mind that this is leading to this goal that I say that I want, this experience, these feelings or whatever, and as long as you can convince yourself that it's gonna pay off, that's all that matters. Because none of us have a crystal ball. We're all getting up and hoping that our effort's gonna pay off, right? And so I just mentioned, if you're playing video games, especially as a man who's a little bit older, right? Just realize that's taking time and energy and focus and even the sense of angst. If you use it as a sense of relief, right? Sometimes we don't need a sense of relief. We need to have angst, right? We need to not be a little bit satisfied. We need that edge. We need to put up to solve our problems, to end our suffering in those areas. Sometimes we don't need relief from video games or whatever, right? I just brought that up as just something to think about. I'm not judging anybody. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to figure out whatever their personal codes, crack those codes. But you have to at least say, I am doing these video games, and it's creating a sense of relief, so then I will come back and attack my challenges head on. Is that true? Wait, whatever you believe to be true will be true for you and your experience, and you'll walk, talk, and act as if it is true. So if you really believe that, make it reality. Man, I'm really kind of going through a flow first thing in the morning talking to you this morning. It's interesting because yesterday I feel as though I just mailed it in. I wasn't as sharp with what I was saying, and I felt I just mailed it in yesterday. And here I'm now the thoughts are just rushing through me here, right? And anyway, so later on in the conversation, he says, "Yeah, I play video games." I go, "All right. Well, do you have a story in your head? Is there a plan in your head? These video games are somehow, in some way, directly, indirectly, helping you solve the biggest challenges in your life that we're talking about?" Talking about that he played up to 4 hours of video games, right? And again, if that works out, you gotta, in life, there's no code, right? It's not what anybody says. It's you gotta figure out if 4 hours of video games, if you believe that's helping you, right? Reset, deal with life challenges, and then attack your goals. Well, do that. But here's the thing: if it isn't, that's 4 hours a day. You got to be willing to abandon those beliefs at least for a while and try something else. It's that continual balancing and rethinking how you're using willpower, focus, energy, and time, right? And we all got to do that if we're all going to reach our idea of happiness and our idea of success, whatever that means to you, right? Yeah, and a lot of. But I just want to say, thank you for all those emails, direct messages. They hit me right at the right time because, every time I get up in the morning and I do this show, it's a risk. It's a risk. Could this willpower, focus, energy, and time, could it be spent at doing other things? Could I be sleeping right now with my family, snuggling like what we love to do as a family? Could just 2 more hours of sleep, is that a better bet of my time that I'll have more energy in the afternoon to be clear and focused to get something bigger done instead of just doing something, right? And I just tell you, the kind words that you have posted below the YouTube video or direct message or here, it really helps me evaluate all this to keep on going. I want to talk about risk today. Are you getting what you want in life? Are you taking enough risk? And how do I define risk, right? It may not be what's obvious, right? I want to talk about that. A lot of guys have asked me about my schedule. They say, "Wow, you're up at 3 o'clock. How much do you sleep? How does that affect your working out? When do you go to bed and everything like that?" And I want to talk about that because I just happened to run into a video on Facebook, and I saw Mark Wahlberg, and his schedule is almost identical to mine. I just happened to see that. He took you through a day of his schedule, except for he trains 2 times a day or something. I don't do that. All right, so let's see who is here on this morning. Then I'm going to talk about risk. I'm going to talk about my schedule. A lot of you guys have asked how I put this together, and because I found Mark Wahlberg's schedule encouraging. Maybe I'm on the right path. I thought I'd share mine with you too. All right. Hello, Caesar. Good to have you here. Hola. Musashi, good evening and good morning. Coach, good morning to you, Masashi. I'm so glad you are here. Hello, Brian. Good to have you here. Good morning to you. Every day is great. Yes, it is. Right? What's the alternative, right? Hello, Jeff. Good to have you here. So I really appreciate you guys being here. All right. I want to just tell you right now, before I go into my message today, that a lot of guys have reached out. They're finding this perspective, this objectivity, this checking into older guys for the time that we spend together. You're finding it helpful. And if you want to talk more about this, you want some of this energy, maybe you're older. As I talk to men, my purpose, my mission, is what I've learned with my 36 years of personal development, learning from the masters in personal development, and then led me to my 30-year bodybuilding and training career, and that's 16 years removed. All right, everything that I've learned that I put into this and everything I share. One thing that I'm focused on is using all that to step into your mind, your experience as an older man. We look at the world differently, and it could start with your physical body, but extend to your relationships, your business. I mean, you know what it is? We got to do it now, right? Sometimes we as older guys, we just think it's all going to work out, or we really don't grow past the age of 26, and we think, oh my God, I'm 45, I'm 55, I'm 60. When did that happen, right? And it's just a unique perspective, whether it's fitness or anything else. And I am so committed. I'm so passionate. I'm excited, cracking my own code in that mind that I've dedicated helping older guys who are a little bit older, like you and me. And that's what I'm all about from every angle. All right. And so what a lot of guys want to talk more about this, and what they really get out of it, the fitness strategies, this mindset stuff, mental toughness for older men, as I call Morning Connection. It's really they want more energy. They want to wake up with more optimism. They may not have the same goals, values, their situation, their why may be much different than me, but whatever it is, they want to get up in the morning, feel more energy. Not like, life is, you're going down, down, down. They want to be up. They want some of this. I want to help you get some of this. And so if there's anything directly or indirectly I say that might help you, I want you to schedule some time to talk to me. And this is absolutely free. Go to talkwithskip.com. All right, that'll bounce you over to my scheduler, and just schedule 15 minutes to talk to me, 10, 15 minutes. I do this. It helps me be a better coach. It gives me material for videos, helps me understand. Whether I'm talking about fitness or during this morning connection, and I say something that, wow, that's my experience. He's really talking about things that really matter to me. And we're making this real connection because I'm talking about the things that matter to you most. Where, other guys, it's the same subject matter, but maybe they're younger, or maybe it's just different, or they slant what they're saying differently, and this is really hitting you. It's because I talk to so many men like you. I'm committed, just like I was committed to becoming that champion bodybuilder. I am so committed to putting it all together, fitness, mindset for older men. And as you can see, I put in my time. I risk, my willpower, focus, energy, and time to become better and better. And every single phone call makes me better at what I do. And I am obsessed. That's my mission. That's my hobby. I'd rather do that than play video games. Hello, David. Good to have you here. Good topic. I feel as though, David, I've been just spraying all these topics up. Which topic? Because I want to make sure I talk more about that before I log off today. So this weekend, schedule. Go there right now. Go to Talk with Skip. If you need to take more action, you need to crack this code. Who knows? Maybe in this 10-minute conversation, I can help you do that. Go to talkwithskip.com. It'll bounce you over to my schedule. Schedule 10 or 15 minutes. We can do it today, right? I want to talk about, today's Little League. Our organized baseball starts with my kids today. I'm really excited about that. Something my unique situation. If you guys, know, you're gonna know more about me, right? as I share stuff. So my situation is, so there's my family, my wife Carrie, my daughter Brooklyn is 5.5. Actually, today is her half birthday, and she wants to go to Wendy's. Right? We got to celebrate her half birthday today. That's something they do at the schools because when the kids have their birthday in the summertime, they can't celebrate it, right? And the kids don't want to miss out, right? Because their birthday of being in their school, they don't want to miss out the celebration of their birthday, and because it's summertime and school's out, and so they celebrate their half birthday at school. So today's her half birthday. Happy half birthday, Brooklyn. So she's 5.5, exactly 5.5 today, and my son Jace is 4. All right. So there's the reason why I'm up early in the morning, why I'm going to take the risk. That's my wife, Carrie, going from right to left, obviously, right? My daughter, Brooklyn, my son, Jace, and that's me. All right, so that's my situation there. All right, but yeah, so everybody has a different situation, and so I'm going to talk about, risk. I'm going to talk about my schedule. That was the topic that I want to talk about. Now, first of all, like I said, I saw Mark Wahlberg. It's very inspiring to me because a lot of times, you're going through life and you come up with this plan for yourself, and you feel confident. It's working for some degree, but I don't care. I don't care who you are, and I really don't care how much success that you feel like you're achieving with your efforts. I can't speak for everybody, but you always wonder, am I doing it right? Yeah, I know I'm getting this, but if I did it another way, could I be getting more? You do that with your training efforts, your business or whatever. We don't know if we're at the top or close to the top, and even though it's working, could it work better? And so when I saw his schedule, how he got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, how he started off his day training, but the biggest thing is how he went to bed at 8:30 at night with his kids, right? So a lot of guys say, you're up at 3 o'clock, wait, when do you sleep, and how does all that work? Well, I've designed this schedule, how it works for me. And that's the biggest thing. I am in bed at 8 o'clock at night, every night, 7 days a week. And the great thing for me at this stage, again, why I do everything is like my kids. So like my daughter, like I said, she's 5.5, my son's 4. We cuddle and they fall asleep in my lap as, I talk to them and self-talk and just that cuddling and bonding. They have fallen on my lap at 8 o'clock at night. And again, 5.5 years, 4 years, every single night of their life with no more than 10 times they have it. No more than 10 nights of their life have they not fallen asleep. And sometimes I've been home, I've just been working a little bit extra past 8 o'clock at night, working, but not more than 10 times in their whole life. And I'll tell you why that's so important to me. It's loving connecting with a sense of urgency at this age, having these kids at this age. But that's where my willpower, focus, energy, and time. That's why I'll get up early in the morning. I'll have like 5 hours to work here, from my home office before they even wake up. I schedule that way. So I'll tell you. And when you do that, that may sound neat, but it comes with when I'm putting my energy there, which I'm really I really believe in that to my combination, right? It doesn't go anywhere else. I mean, I could be taking business trips, I could be out of town, and that could help out other things with my career. And who knows? I may have to do that to figure out the combination. But for right now, it certainly is working for my soul. I'll get up early in the morning. I'll do more live broadcasts. A lot of guys say, wow, he's really committed, and why is he doing all that? Well, again, it's this why. But however you do your schedule, whatever, the biggest point that I've learned in life is that it's all about risk. So my question, some guys, wow, he does this morning connection, gives at 3 o'clock in the morning, even on Saturdays or whatever. The bottom line when it comes down to why I do anything or you do anything is, if would you do something outrageously hard or that doesn't seem like it's paying off, that you only may get a few viewers at the beginning, and who knows, you may never get enough. It may never this may never pan out to be worth my time. Or there may be things that, I'm going to have to, no matter how much I enjoy being with you, I might have to reevaluate it and maybe forever, maybe for a period of time, maybe not get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do this. I don't know. There's no puzzle, and you can't just puzzle that is pre-made when it comes to life, and I don't know. But the point, though, is it's a matter of risk. Am I willing to risk my time? Are you willing to risk your time, your ego, looking bad, it not paying off? Maybe, am I stupid? Maybe asking, I'm this old, am I ever going to figure it out? All those things. Forget about the money or anything like that. It's all a matter of what you're willing to risk. And the question that goes through, well, my mind at least, is that if this were to pay off the way I imagine it, the way I'm envisioning it, would it be worth my time? And then you get up every single morning and you either bet on yourself or you say, I'm not going to be able to do it. Other people aren't going to respond, so I'm going to keep my butt in bed. Or I'm not going to get to the gym, or I'm not going to do one more rep when I'm there. Or I'm not going to ask, or what. It's all a matter of risk. Am I going to get that coaching? Am I even going to schedule some time to talk to Skip? If you could imagine that's going to pay off, and what's the risk, right? And we're all asking ourselves that question all the time, because I can tell you this: if you can feel those emotions, reach those goals, become that man you want to be, you probably, if you believed in yourself enough, if you believed in your efforts, if you believed in that other people would reciprocate eventually, you would do it. You would take that risk, right? I'll tell you, since I retired from competitive, let me just tell you something about bodybuilding. A lot of guys, you guys, appreciate what I accomplished. But I'll tell you something, when you get into a pattern, all it is stopping eating every couple hours, lifting weights, trying to lift more, doing it for a long enough period of time, right? Very repetitive behavior. It's not that complex. It's just, will you do it, right? And then will you think it's worth your effort? Since I retired from bodybuilding, that's, all of a sudden I had to expand and everything wasn't so black and white anymore. I've experienced more failure in the last 16 years than my ego ever thought I would ever imagine. Now, I know to some people, well, that was worth it, Skip. What are you talking about? Even if you failed. Well, I don't know that. I'm just like you. I don't know if it's going to pay off. But it's every single morning. Are you betting on you? Right? Every time you turn on this morning connection, do you believe that there's going to be one distinction, one strategy, one new way of looking at your situation that's going to pay off? Because if you believe that in your mind, if I just get up and do a mindset, I've respected Skip for years, maybe you're new to watching it, that there's something in every single morning connection that is going to pay off. If it even does it, I prove to myself that I'm disciplined 7 days a week. And you don't even have to watch this live with me. Just make the time for it. I'll make them a little bit shorter, as you can tell. I'm fired up, filled with the Holy Spirit today. But whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just watch some of it every single day. If you believe and you're willing to take that risk, you know what? You'll do a lot of things. Would you go to talkwithskip.com and just set up some time to talk to me, just because you're a risk taker, just because you're working on that imagination that you're going to do something to change your situation. If it's good, make it even better. If it's just average, to make it good. If it's bad, to do something to get you out of it, just for the sport of it, just to prove to yourself that you're willing to do it. Maybe invest in my MANformation course that I put with this morning connection, right? It's 11 hours, 6 sessions, the mindset and actions of a powerful alpha male. If you want this type of energy, it's a blueprint, right? Just a minimal investment, but the best part is you get one-on-one time with me. I'll help you get clear. I'll help you get focused. I do this clarity, goal setting, this session that I've done with hundreds of men over the years, right? To get them clear and focused, to tap into that power, to get them to take action, 90 minutes with me. The call is recorded so you can listen to it over and over and over again. So click that link down below for this morning connection, MANformation course special. You know, we built this trust. You know, you've made this connection, you watch this. But are you going to bet on you? Are you going to bet on you? Can you imagine it'll pay off? And will you take risk? Again, mental, emotional, maybe financial, maybe with your time, maybe with your hopes and dreams. Every single morning, it's like, will you take the risk or not? Do you bet on you, or do you bet on the forces are going to beat the hell out of you again? That's all this is. That's all this is. Are you betting on you when you get up in the morning? All right. So let's see who is here, and I'll check off for today. I could talk forever today. You know, the more and more I do this every single day, sometimes like I'm going, what do I have to talk about? And then there's days like this, right after that day. All right, guys, so that's going to do it today. Hey, got more time behind us than we do in front of us. You got to seize the day, even this Saturday. You got to seize it with a sense of urgency. Are you willing to bet on you? Take that risk, even if you felt with your willpower, focus, energy, and time. Are you going to bet on you today and imagine that it's going to all pay off? Again, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us when we're a little bit older. If we're not going to do it now, when? When? If not today. Are you going to take that risk? You're going to go to talkwithskip.com, set up those 10 minutes with me. Just 10 minutes, okay? You're going to invest in the morning connection. A MANformation course special. Start a discipline. Spend some time with that course. Download it to your phone. Listen to it. It's got workbooks and videos, all right, to augment, to bolster everything you're getting out of this. You're going to get that 90-minute session with me. Are you going to take that? You're going to risk? You're going to bet on yourself? All right? Trust yourself. Trust your efforts. Trust that other people will get it. And like I always say when I sign off, expect the best from yourself today. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the best from other people. They'll get you. They'll see the value you have to offer them. You know what? Even if they haven't, it's just a matter of time. Just be resourceful. Just be gritty. Find a different way if you haven't. They'll get it. You got to believe that. So expect the best in yourself. Expect the best in your efforts. Expect the best in other people. And have a great day.